guys, so we are going to get right into it for this video. I am using this cut paper plate to insert in my envelope here, and I'm doing that because I'm using a hot glue gun and I want to make sure that my envelope didn't get stuck closed by accident. So just insert it into your envelope just like so. Next up, you're going to find some twine, that's what I'm using here, or some very thin ribbon, or whatever you want to use. And you are just going to hot glue it over. I already wrote all my letters on my envelopes. You're just going to hot glue it on top. And voila, you're all done with the envelopes.
Hi friends, welcome to my DIY kindness channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you have joined me today. I have been talking to you guys on Facebook and Instagram for a while now about doing this act of kindness advent calendar, which basically is something my family and I have done for quite a few years now, where we just do an act of kindness per day as we count down to Christmas. And it's a good way for the kids to just keep their eyes off themselves and to think about other people. That's why I really love it. Even though they're just really simple little acts of kindness, they make a big difference. And my kids really honestly look forward to our countdown to Christmas, I think even more than they do Christmas Day, because they just love to know, pull a card out and find out what we're gonna do for somebody. So I know I'm super late to the game, and I am truly sorry for that. I hadn't even thought about doing this until, maybe a week ago, and then I asked you guys if you still wanted me to put it together for a video, even though I knew it would not be, you wouldn't see this video until we're already halfway through December. And you guys astoundingly came back and said yes, you still wanted this. So here we are. Forgive me for making it so late. I will try and do this again maybe next Christmas, though remind me, and we'll try and get it up in November. But here we are, and I think I wrote down 30 ideas for you guys. So I have 24 here in front of me, but I wrote down 30, and the reason I did that is so you guys would have a large variety, because not everything is gonna work for you. Some things might work for my family that are just not gonna work for your family, especially with COVID. Just depends on what you're comfortable with. So I want to give you guys an abundance of ideas, and you can pick and choose what works for you. Now I have to say, not every day is it feasible, as a mom, to go out and do certain things. And so some of these ideas are acts of kindness for your family for just days in. And you have to do that, otherwise it just gets to be overwhelming and stressful if you're always just trying to go out and do something, some kind of activity. And some of these are acts of kindness you can do right from your home. So there is a little bit of both, but don't make it so overwhelming. Really make it suit your own family. And what's really good to do is, if you already know you're gonna go on the 22nd, and you know that you're already gonna go look at Christmas lights, that's just something you do, or it's already in your calendar, then you're gonna make that your 22nd day. So I did do this with cards, so my kids can just pull out the card every day, and you guys already saw I made those. But you can do this in so many different ways, just whatever works for you. This is just a cute little idea, but you could use those little gift bags, or really tiny little pouch bags. You could easily use those. And then I've seen a lot of people use blanket ladders to hang their advent calendar on. I mean, you can get really creative. There's so many things you could do. It could be easy. I've done those chain links. I've done those where they just pull off a chain and then you can write right on that. It's like a paper chain. You just make these little strips of paper and you lock them together. If you guys don't know what I mean, DM me maybe on Instagram and I will explain that better. But you can make it so simple. It does not have to be hard. Do not let this be something that stresses you out, because then it takes away from the Christmas spirit and the fun of it. So just make it easy. If you need to, starting out, make more of the days stuff for your family, you want to do a hot chocolate day, you want to do a movie day for your kids. Those are what I mean for family days. They're not acts of kindness for anybody else, unless you're comfortable and you have a family that you can have over. Then do that too, and it can be have a friend over or something and you can do it for them too. Anyways, just whatever works for you. So I'm not going to talk about all 30 ideas in this video because I feel like that would just take forever. So I am going to go over a few of these cards with you, but I'm going to link everything. All 30 ideas will be in the description of this video, so you can go down there and you can get lots of ideas. And then please, you guys, if you have other ideas that you think would be fun for this, please let me know and add them in the comments, because I would love to add ideas to my own list of ideas, because like I said, we do this every year. There's lots of things that we're actually not going to do this year that we normally do every year, and that's because of COVID. And it just makes it harder to approach people. You know, you don't want to make people feel uncomfortable and stuff like that. So, you know, if you're not comfortable baking cookies for people, then you can replace that for something else. So that's why I wanted to give you guys a whole bunch of ideas, especially because we're already halfway. So there's really a lot to choose from. Just do what works for you. And then another little tip that I found is really helpful for me is I wrote all the ideas, everything. Like, I already know what's going to be on 14 because I add everything into my own calendar. So I already know what the kids are going to pull, you know, on the 14th before they even pull it. And the reason I do that is, say I'm going to have the kids pull and make cookies on the 14th. Well, I already want to have like the flour, the sugar, like all the ingredients. I want to have everything in my house before they pull that card. So I like to have a little notice, and that goes for some of these other cards too. So let's get in and talk about a few of them so you know. But that is a tip for you guys. Add everything into your calendar. Give yourself a little note like, hey, you need to pick up whatever by this date. So ingredients for cookies or whatever it's gonna be. That way you're prepared. But also, there's been times where I'm like, you know what? I'm not ready to do whatever is on a certain card, and so I have switched them out before. But that's also why it's good to know what's in every card, so you can just go and switch it before they open it and put in a card that's going to be like easier for you that day, because maybe you're just not feeling well and you don't want to do what's on the card, and so sometimes that happens. So you have to kind of be able to have a little bit of flexibility. So that's why I really like to have a note. And I'm sorry if you guys hear my cat meowing. She is so addicted to Lael, like, so she's obsessed with her, and Lael's outside right now without her, and so she's having a little hissy fit about it right now. Okay, if you guys have any questions about any of the ones I will put down in the description, please let me know. Comment either on here or DM me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll answer those questions for you. I'm going to try and make them like as self-explanatory as possible though. Okay, so let's talk about number 20. So when I pull number 20, it says hide money or encouraging notes for strangers to find. Now, I have done this one lots of times. In fact, I think this is one we've done every year. A good way to hide money is give your kids like $5 each in $1 bills and go to the dollar store and have them hide $1 bills in the kids section at the dollar store. That's so much fun. And it's not going to cost you that much, you know, or even just give them like $2 each and let them go hide it. You know, it doesn't have to be hard. We've hid money in our local grocery store before. Again, it was just like money, like single dollars here and there. It wasn't like anything extensive. But also, I said encouraging notes in case you don't have the money, you don't want to. I mean, it's already tight for, I think, everybody. And especially this month of December, it's hard to even come up with $5 sometimes. So if you can't do that, you can at least do encouraging notes. So you could write on Post-its and just stick them like in a store somewhere. Just hide them in like little fun places. Or just notes that are say like, you are special, you know, you are loved. I don't know, whatever you want to say on them, just quick little encouraging notes. And that's fun for your kids too. Or they could even make like little Christmas cards, and then you could go hide those in a store for strangers to find. Lots of fun things. And then you can pick what kind of store you want to go to, if it's a kid's store or, you know, a grocery store or like Walmart or whatever you want to do. So we're talking about our acts of kindness that we do as a countdown to Christmas. Here, you might want to sit. What has been like your favorite act of kindness that we've done like in the past as a countdown for Christmas? Do you have a favorite one you've done?
Probably would be giving up candy canes.
Yeah, the candy cane one. So that's one of the ones we were probably not going to do this year because of COVID.
Also, sometimes giving hot cocoa to the mailman, mail lady.
Yeah, well, that one didn't really go as planned, did it?
Well, one time it did.
No, do you remember what happened?
Yes, there's
Okay, let me talk about those two things. And actually, I don't think I wrote down either one. I have to look at my list, but I don't know if I wrote down either one. So if I didn't, here's just 2 more ideas for you guys. Hold on, Leia, I want to ask you the same question. But so the candy cane ones we have done a lot in the past, and the kids do like that. It is a lot of fun. Like, it seems like it'd be a scary thing, but it's actually one of the things that people always are the most grateful for, which is why it's probably their favorite thing, because people are just always like so ecstatic for a candy cane. And what we've done in the past is we've just wrote like little Bible verses on them, or we've written encouraging notes on them, and you just kind of tie it on there, tape it on there, and then you hand people candy canes out in front of a store. Or it works really well if you can go to like a strip mall where there's just a lot of people like walking around, and you can hand them out quicker that way. That has been what's been the most effective for us. So there's a good idea. And then one year I did make hot cocoa, and I tried to give it to our garbage men. And what happened was I could not catch them. Like, I don't know. And I ended up like chasing them around in like my pajamas and slippers, holding these cups of hot cocoa. And I was literally running around my neighborhood, because like you could hear the truck, but I could just never catch up to it. Like, I could never find where it was. And so I was running around with hot cups of cocoa, like looking like a crazy woman, and chasing our garbage men, and I could never catch up to them. I could never find them. So what ended up happening was I gave up, and this was like, we were running around like our neighborhood like crazy for quite a while. And I was like, okay, we have to, like, my hands were burning hot by that time because it was hot cocoa. And so I was like, okay, we're done. We have to go back to the house. And so I went back to our house, and on my way back, I ended up finding like neighbors, people who lived in my community that I never talked to, I had never met, who were just outside at that time. And I ended up giving away all my hot cocos to neighbors, and that's how I forged some really great friendships that I am still friends with those people today. And it was all because of that hot cocoa, and I was able to give it to them. So even if you can't give it to, you know, a male person or your garbage men, maybe if you live in a community like that, like I did, you can go, you know, just see who's out and about and give them cocoa. People were like, nobody was questionable about it. Like, you think maybe they would be. Nobody was. Everybody was like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. And so it was fun, and I did make friendships that way, and my kids made friendships because of that weird thing. So anyways, that's fun. There was a couple on here that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So this one is 15th is go to the drive-thru and pay for the car behind you. So I did that on a day when I knew we were already going to be out and about that day, and so it'll be easy for me to like stop at a Dunkin', stop at a Starbucks, or just somewhere easy and pay for the car behind me. So again, fit it into your own schedule and what's going to work for you. All right, Leia wanted to tell you guys what some of her favorite countdowns to Christmas are that we have done in the past. So Leia, what are some of your favorite ones that we've done?
So I like when we put money in the thing where you can buy a movie.
Well, we don't put money in the movie one, but we do leave some. What do we do for the movie one? Which again,
we leave bags, like gift bags.
I think I wrote down this one for you guys. This is another one I wasn't going to do this year, and it's only because I don't know where there's any red boxes since we moved. But where we used to live, I knew where all the red boxes were, and they were easy to get to, so it was a fun one for us. But what we did used to do is you can get, I used to use a big Ziploc bag, that way it was clear and people could see it, but you could also just use like a gift bag or something, and you put in popcorn. We would always buy like those bags of popcorn, and then just movie theater like candies, and then sometimes we would put a gift card or something in there. But you would just put in like candies and popcorns, and then a note. We would put a Christmas card in that just said like, this is an act of kindness and congratulations on finding it. And then we would tape it up on the side of a red box with like packaging tape, and just tape the heck out of it and put it up there. And then it's fun to sit in your car and wait and see if anybody finds it.
Sometimes they don't, and as soon as
it takes people a while.
Right past
They'll walk right past it and not even realize. But
yeah,
it would always be gone by the next day when we'd go back to check. So somebody eventually finds it.
And the
It
tape
might
doesn't
be
damage
somebody
it
who
at
works
all
in the
because the
store.
tape just comes right off with it.
What was your other favorite idea?
I also like candy cane one.
So the candy cane one, yeah, that is both of their favorite. So don't be intimidated by that one. If you think it seems like a good idea for you to do this year, go ahead and try it. It's hard to say because of COVID, you know, how people will act, but I think people are probably okay with you handing them a candy cane. But in the past, it has been the most encouraging one as far as like just people's reaction, and it's as simple as a candy cane, so that is easy. Thank you, May. Okay, so the one of the ones I want to talk to you guys about is the one I'm doing on the 22nd, I believe I have it on. Okay, so we are going to make winter blessing bags for the homeless. So I'm going to be doing this on the 22nd, so you guys, this is also going to be a video idea. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm putting in a winter homeless bag. So if you want to wait and do that after Christmas, go ahead, because this video, since I'm recording it on the 22nd, then you guys probably won't be able to see it until January sometime. So if you want to know beforehand, because you plan on doing this for Christmas, you can go ahead and DM me once again, and I'll let you know what. I already have a list of what I'm putting in mine. Go ahead and ask me and I'll tell you. Otherwise, wait for that video to come out and I'll show you guys, and you guys can do that in January sometimes because it's still going to be cold and it will still be a huge blessing for somebody. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that one, and then another video that we have coming up that's going to be fun that I would love to do with you guys. Okay, on the 14th, so this is also going to be a video idea that I'm going to be showing you guys. So on the 14th, my family and I, this is going to be a family kindness video, but it's a kindness for you too, because it's going to be a fun little family challenge for your family to do. So I hope I can inspire you to do this with your family. It's going to be our first time ever doing it, and so I'm really excited to see how it's going to turn out. But basically, we're going to do a gingerbread house challenge, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to tell you guys the rules and show you guys how we're going to play, and so I'm really excited for that. So I hope you guys can add that into your calendar sometime. Again, if I'm recording this one on the 14th, that's the day my family and I will do it. You guys won't see it until probably that weekend, so it'll be that Saturday when you guys would probably be seeing that video. So if you want to plan that like the 20th or the 19th, you might want to go ahead and do that. But get your gingerbread houses. That's another one where you're going to have to be prepared for that, unless you want to be going out that day trying to find gingerbread houses and all the things you'll need. So that's why I said it's so good to write it in your calendar, just so you know, so you can be prepared for when that day comes. I think that about does it, you guys. I just wanted to go over some of those and explain a couple of them to you more thoroughly. Again, if you guys have questions, please let me know and I'll answer them. And let me know how this goes for your family. I would love to know any ideas you guys come up with. If you have other things I haven't thought of, I would love to add them in. So let me know down in the comments, and I hope that this is an encouraging act of kindness, little activity for you and your family. Great way to count down, a great way for your family to just be thinking about other people, and you will see your kids will absolutely love doing this. Make sure you check out in the description below for all 30 ideas, and I'll try and make them as detailed and to the point as possible for you guys. But let me know how it goes. Make sure that you subscribe and follow me on Facebook and like my page and like this video so that you can see some of these acts of kindness we are actually going to be doing this month, and I'm going to show you how to do them. I would love for you to be a part of my DIY kindness family if you're not already. Bye guys!